Mr. Kadri Samsunlu, welcome. Istanbul Grand Airport has won not one but two of the ACI Europe Best Airport Awards for 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You have the Best Airport in the over 40 million passengers category and the Accessible Airport Award. If we turn first to the Best Airport in the over 40 million passengers category, can you describe to me in a nutshell what you think are the key ingredients for your success?
First of all, we are very happy receiving two awards. What is the ingredient? Number one, teamwork. I have a great team. I put together this team from various companies in the sector and from other sectors in Turkey. I'm very proud of them, not only on the management level, but also on the mid and low level employment. We sustain a good quality under our umbrella. This is number one. Number two, airport business is a complicated business. We are not running it alone, so you should have a very good harmony with your stakeholders, and then you need to set the targets together and go for it jointly, and that's, I think, what we achieved with them. The third reason is we definitely have a roadmap for every target of the airport. We don't do things without cooperating with our stakeholders. We don't do things without really getting consent from the important third parties like state when implementing developments in our operation. And then so far, I should also thank to the Turkish government and the institutions inside the government to giving full support to Istanbul Airport. And the fourth reason is we are a very detail-oriented company. We are not just trying to make the big picture perfect. We also want to make the little details seamless, and that's also one of the ingredients for the success of the airport.
And one of the comments from the judges was that you've continued investments and infrastructure route developments despite the pandemic. Now, this industry has, of course, been particularly badly hit. So how have you made these investment and development possibilities take place in these times?
Well, tough times made us stronger, let me put it this way. In terms of CapEx, we had commitments to the state to complete certain investment programs regardless of what's happening outside the airport. And the COVID hit us, but our undertaking to the state was there, and our shareholders continued pushing all our limits to finish the remaining part of the capex in time. Why it was required? Because that was going to reduce the taxi time in the airport. So the passengers was not going to spend so much time in taxiing to the terminal or out of the terminal. And second, we will turn around the aircrafts faster. So that's going to help the ground handling companies. That's also going to help the airlines to reduce their costs. So there's a cost benefit cost benefit analysis, not just for us, but also for our users like the airlines, ground handlers, and the passengers. That's why, even if we had a possibility to slow down, we wouldn't do that because the benefit was so big. That's why we continue pushing it at every cost the company has borne because of the completion of these investments.
And so you're also the winner of the Accessible Airport Award for 2021.
Yes.
This is presented in association with the European Disability Forum.
Yeah.
You were praised by the judges for your innovative solutions in this area. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah. We have two motivations. I have personally two motivations. Number one, every disabled person has the right to travel, like us, like a normal person. And infrastructure and superstructures like Istanbul Airport or any other airport should make it possible. And the options should not be just straightforward options. Wheelchair, maybe some let's say additions on the floor, etc. These are basics. You need to go beyond that because the basic is easy. You should increase the availability of the services and applications for the disabled person to your far end of your imaginations. Second reason, I also have a disabled daughter. That's why personally I'm pushing this matter from top to bottom, and I will continue doing it. And this award is just going to be a motivation for us to continue coming up with more innovative solutions for disabled people.
Now, aside from these awards, your airport has been topping a very different sort of ranking with ACI Europe. In both 2020 and the first half of 2021, Istanbul is first in the rankings of the top European airports by passenger numbers. Yeah. What are the factors behind this sudden climb?
Well, we became number one in 2020, and we will definitely, I think we'll probably be again number one in 2021. Simply because Turkish market is pretty resilient. We have a big domestic market, and that add up a lot of passengers. And also there is an air bridge. There has been an air bridge between Turkey and countries like Russia and Ukraine in the last 2 years. So there has been a lot of traffic coming, especially from Russia to Turkey. That's why in the first 5 you see 3 Turkish airports and 2 Russian airports. But I'm not so. I'm happy about this being number one in Europe, but I prefer being in the first 5 in a normal world, and because that will bring us the business volume we need. That will also bring mobility to the world. More importantly, connectivity will be back, so we will be connected back with the rest of the world. But so far, I have a strong domestic market, and Turkey. Another reason is Turkey never, closed its borders throughout this period, and then we had relatively mild, quarantine measures imposed on the foreigners, and we benefited from that. And to achieve this, we work very closely with Minister of Health not to lock down the country to outside, and that also helped with some increase in the passenger numbers.
We hear a lot at the moment this phrase "build back better." What does "build back better" look like for you in Istanbul?
We should take very good lessons from what we went through. We never thought that a pandemic would hit in the industry. We always believed that the industry is very resilient. Even in 9/11 or other pandemics, the sector went back 5-10% max, but the next year it recovered almost fully. So here what we need to learn is there's a possibility that something may hit the industry, and it may really result in 60-65% contraction. So we need to be agile. We need to having our contingency plans ready for something, force majeure happening in the sector. And the third, we need to keep our human resources healthy and safe for any kind of circumstances we will encounter down the road. Because we have to admit, this pandemic caught us unprepared. And that's why the world is still struggling to have a, united approach how to open up the world back to normality. And that's why we are seeing countries imposing different conditions for travel, and still this health matter isn't being handled by multilaterals. In a unified way at all. And that's why I think to build back better, we should really do our lobbying, whatever power we have over our governments, over our multilaterals, over the non-governmental organizations, to bring back the world to a normal conditions without really creating too much dust in the air.
Mr. Kadri Samsunlu, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.